And we're live.
Welcome back. I mean, Connor just bebopping over here.
Yeah.
Listening to
some disco.
Some, DMCA free disco music.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. Disco never died, right?
I think it did. Although the more I've listened to music, or the more I've listened to disco, the more I like it, man.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Like it's just like upbeat funk. Like it's just really funky funk.
Yeah. I just said
it just got a bad rap, man.
Yeah, I just caught something. It's like, oh, it's not bad at all. Something that Nigel gave me shit about yesterday whenever we were drinking beer. I'm like, yeah, it's not bad. He's like, that doesn't mean it's good. I'm like, well, I mean, I enjoy it. That's my default, I guess, where it's like, yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And I should have realized it, where it's like, all right, well, then that doesn't mean it's good. It's like, no, like, it's not like that. Like, I do enjoy it. Like, if I don't like it, I'm going to be like,
this is garbage.
Yeah, or I'm just going to be like, it's okay.
Yeah. So welcome, guys. Poor decisions.
Yeah.
We're back. It's been a while, Brian.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
I feel like it's been a couple weeks.
For us recording, I mean, obviously,
yeah.
We've been recording the episodes and putting them out.
Yeah.
So we record multiple episodes and then release them just weekly.
Yeah.
So that's helped us, especially as our schedule has been
In
very
flux.
hectic. Because like we've wanted to, but what was it, like 2 weeks ago? You had, or I guess a couple.
Yeah.
I say a couple weeks ago, but that's not going to be any sort of context.
Yeah.
But
to anyone listening, they don't understand the context at this point.
We recorded last time,
Yeah.
and then we had the following week. It was.
Was that when
you
I
were
had
busy? You were
the
cleaning
ceiling?
house stuff.
Yeah. When I had the contractor come in and, quote unquote
contractor,
fix my ceiling.
quote unquote.
Supposed to get
contractor.
a whole new half of a ceiling, and they just did patchwork.
They band-aided it.
Yeah, it was. Oh, dude, I was so pissed.
Oh, I can imagine, because I know you were complaining about it. And it was supposed to take 4 hours, and it took 2 days.
It took a day and a half. Yeah.
So, and then the following week, we were supposed to do the collab, but then you end up having to dip out because you weren't feeling well.
Yeah.
So you got to miss out on the whole.
I'm so pissed. I
Vine
missed
Street
it,
collab thing.
It looked like it was fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that beer.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited for that beer too.
I'm excited for the one that we did with them at Vine Street.
Yeah, I'm definitely. The thing is you're going to go. Yeah, hopefully they do a can release on it.
Yeah.
Because they don't do to-go fills.
Oh really?
No.
They don't do growlers or crowlers or anything, huh?
No.
Wow.
So it's just oh shit. Well, what the hell?
Everything's a dung.
I mean, you got to you got to go in there and enjoy it, which is fine. But it's well, I want to take it with me though too.
Yeah.
Because I've been there twice now in the last week.
God, and I still haven't been there yet, man.
It's a sort of cool.
I want to go.
It's smaller than I expected, just because of the food concept that they have there.
Do they have both? Because they have 2 tap rooms, right? Or
they have upstairs
2
and downstairs.
bars or something.
Yeah,
they both open.
Yeah, typically they're both open.
Yeah.
At the bottom, at the downstairs one is not open, and they'll just put a sign up that says.
So for context of people listening, we're recording this the day after Easter. So he went there on Easter Day.
Yeah, because they were open on Easter Day, and luckily we weren't there after they had done an Easter egg hunt.
Oh, they did an Easter egg hunt?
Yeah, for kids. And
awesome.
Apparently that was a whole freaking hot mess.
I could only imagine.
Because apparently there was some mothers group that got...
Oh, boy.
That is not a religious group. And shared the hell out of it amongst the other members. And so they had...
a bunch of Karens showing up.
No, it wasn't a bunch of Karens. They just end up having a ton of kids and parents and stuff show up. So they're it was great, but at the same time, it's holy shit, that is not what we were ready for.
Yeah.
They thought it was going to be 20, 30 kids.
Yeah.
Not 50 plus.
Goodness gracious. Wow. I mean, I hope the parents bought beer at least. I hope they were busy.
Well, we were showing up, and there was still a handful of people there, and everybody who was leaving, I kept seeing people the dads or whatever were walking out with beer as well.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you almost lost your headphone.
I almost did. Yeah, we got a podcast dog with us.
Yeah, we got Zeke, the podcast dog, is with us now.
He's just chilling by my side, chewing on his banana. Not that banana.
Yeah, he has a toy banana.
He has a toy banana
that he's just destroyed, but yet hasn't completely destroyed.
Yeah,
because it used to squeak.
No, not anymore.
It didn't squeak after about 30 seconds of him playing with it.
He keeps headbutting me like, give me the fucking banana, dude. Play
does
with me,
that.
damn it. He's a good dog.
He's been good. Yeah.
I like him.
Is that me or him?
I think that was you going,
Yeah, I'm like, but it almost sounded like it was coming from him. I'm like, what the heck? I mean, he's a heavy breather because he is a bulldog.
is. Yeah.
So hopefully he doesn't come across the podcast too bad.
We'll
though.
probably hear some snorts.
Yeah.
Some,
Or if he gets frustrated, we'll hit him a bark.
chortles. Yeah.
He'd be churlish, insubordinate. He just needs to go lay down.
Lie down.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway.
So we had quite the adventure yesterday, though.
Yeah,
Or
what'd you end up doing?
And so we ended up going over
before we get into it.
How about a beer?
Oh yeah, what are we starting off with though, Connor?
I don't know. We have
quite the selection.
a plethora
Yes.
of beer, and we have some brown.
Some brown.
Some barrel aged spirits.
It's
from,
a specialty thing from KC Beer Co.
Yeah, it's called beer schnapps,
Yeah.
and I'm surprised you're able to get a bottle of this.
So this was one of our friends brought it to us at the tap room that works at KC Beer Co.
Oh, okay.
So the Chris Ham.
Chris.
He
Shout out
brought
to
it in
Chris.
for us.
Thanks, Chris.
And I keep telling him, like, dude, I have not gotten to it yet because it's supposed to be me and Connor enjoying it, and we just haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, whatever.
Well, we can pour that first, let it warm up a little bit.
Oh yeah, because we've had it for like a month
Yeah.
now, and the fact that I've been able to keep myself from opening it,
Yeah,
'cause
that's
it probably would have been gone. I don't know.
oh yeah, I know I would have. That thing would have been gone. Especially if like Steve was still in town, we would have destroyed that thing.
Oh yeah. And I don't know. You want to get into that? Well, we could pour that one and then pour a beer as well. Like you said, let that one warm up.
I kind of want to try that buzzer beater just because the label cracks me the hell up.
Well, let's go for it, man.
All right.
I got plenty of glasses.
I see that.
Yeah.
You came prepared.
I did. I started bringing all the glasses down ahead of time just to, make sure we had that. But yeah, so it was Easter Day. So obviously when this comes out, it's going to be way after that. But me and Nigel were hanging out. We went to our friends, Zach and Amy, and I hadn't seen Zach in a
I
couple
haven't
months.
seen Zach in months.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him in a couple months either. And ooh, that was crispy.
That was nice.
Yeah, very nice. And we had brunch with them, and then we left. That is, why is it green?
Yeah, this is bizarre. What the fuck?
That's got a strong smell to it too.
Yeah, it does.
That's not. I'm not complaining. It looks really weird. It looks like watered down Mountain Dew.
Looks like some sort of ectoplasm
Oh
drink.
yeah, the Ecto Cooler.
Yeah.
From High C.
From High C.
Yeah, talk about a throwback right there. But yeah, we started off. We went to Friction Brewery over in Shawnee, and then walked across the street and visited Service. Yeah, a lot of people think it's like Servas or Cervasis, and it's like, no, it's Service. It's actually the owner's last name.
I did not gently agitate this before opening. Damn.
Well, I guess we can gently agitate it in the glass.
So it's just a sour ale with natural flavors and some food coloring in it. Blue number one.
As opposed to blue number what?
I don't know. There's got to be at least more than one. So this is the first one. This is the first blue.
Blue number 0.
First blue. This is a weird looking can.
It's from.
It looks like Adult Swim artwork.
Yeah, and who did you say? Did you say who it was from?
Prairie Artisan.
Yeah, it's called Buzzer Beater, and obviously, at the release of this, the March Madness stuff will be done.
Going on.
Well, it'll be done
Oh,
by the time this releases.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I'll agitate it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Don't forget the cheers button on the thing.
Hold on, there's been a couple.
I think it's
weeks.
the green one.
Oh, wait, no, it's this one.
Oh, okay, top.
Cheers.
Okay. Cheers, sir.
Definitely, it just smells like Smarties, man.
It does. It just kind of smells like
Just smells like candy.
it. I enjoy the smell of it though.
Yeah,
It's
me
not
too.
bad, Nigel. Fuck you.
That's a dog breathing, in case you hear it, folks.
We can definitely hear it. I don't think they can hear it. It doesn't look like it's coming through.
Yeah. That's
That
pretty
is-
good. This is tart.
It is tart, but I enjoy it, especially.
It kind of reminds me of, I don't know, it gives me, like, Red Bull vibes, or like a Vegas shot. Like
Okay. Yeah.
there's like a sweetness and a sourness to it,
Yeah.
and it's only like 5.6%. I
Okay.
think
I'm enjoying it though, for sure.
5.3.
And especially, having dealt with a bunch of palate fatigue lately.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. We've talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my headphones are. He's stepping on my cable.
Zeke, go lay down.
Oh, he's giving me his toy.
But yeah, so we went to then service, and then we decided to venture further out. Or not fit, started working our way back.
Yeah.
Towards,
So you started out in Shawnee.
yeah, we hit Friction, then service, and then from there we went to Rochester, actually.
Oh yeah. Love
and
that place.
A lot of places were actually really slow.
I'm not
that we went
surprised.
to. Rochester was busy, but Rochester is also a coffee place.
Yeah.
So most of the people that were there
Or on laptops.
were on
drinking
laptops, drinking coffee,
lattes,
stuff.
eating croissant.
croissants, scones, whatever.
Scones and the like.
We sat in the back
Yeah.
because we were obviously being a little bit louder.
Yeah.
And
Little ruckus.
we were being ruckusy. Yeah. And then from Rochester, we ended up going to Vine Street. Hung out at Vine Street for a little bit. And like I got to that was nice because I hadn't really been drinking much water at that point, and they have a hop water. So
Oh, that's right.
I
Yeah.
ended up doing one of their hop waters. I'm like, all right, this is good because it's giving me some flavor in a water, but I'm getting basically
Yeah,
some
you're
water.
hydrating a little bit. Yeah.
And hop water is getting really popular. Like I want to
Yeah.
try the Casey Beer Co. one.
Yeah, me too. What's it like
It's like hop spritz.
Hot spritz
is what they call
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing I like about the Vine Street one is it's not very carbonated either.
Yeah. Because I feel like the Lagunitas one is pretty like bright and carbonated.
Yes, and it's
Good.
enjoyable
Yeah,
as
I
well.
like it. Yeah.
But sometimes a little less carbonation.
Yeah.
On it.
I need to buy more of those because I feel like having worked in a brewery now for almost 3 years, like there's so much of like drinking beer where I'm just like I need like the sensation of like carbonation now.
Yeah, and that's what Nolan has talked about. Like he basically just
Like
goes
drinking
and gets
flat water is boring as fuck.
yeah, but so he'll go up to the Chive and get
Get the carbonated water.
The carbonated water, yeah. And I'm starting to kind of feel that
I'm
as well.
feeling the same way, man. Like I've had so much beer where I'm just like I need the sensation of like the bubbles.
Yeah, and I drink a lot. I say I drink a lot of water, not of late, really. I go through phases, but like when I'm drinking water, I drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
And a lot of that also comes from just my military days and scouting and stuff like that, where like that's pretty much all you do drink is just water.
Yeah.
Because like even in the military, like the MREs, they put like packets in like a Kool-Aid packet type of thing.
Yeah.
It's government issued
Kool-Aid packet.
Kool-Aid packet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's called Weiler's actually.
Basically. But I just never drank them because then they're like, well, don't put it in your canteen because then it gets all moldy and nasty
Yeah.
and it's hard clean, and you don't put shit like that in Camelback either because trying to clean that straw
It's just going to be a pain in the
is
ass.
a pain in the ass. So it's like the only thing that goes in these is water.
Yep.
Like you want to do the Kool-Aid stuff, you need to have like a different type of bottle. So a lot of times people would, when we would acquire, like the disposable bottles or whatever, we'd use those. Or there's a lot of people that would pour some of the packet into their mouth and then drink. People did that with the coffee too, the MRE coffee.
Oh my God.
Yes,
Woof.
it was rough
Because that's just like instant coffee, right?
Yep.
Oh my God.
I mean, I saw people that like didn't even do the, water with the coffee part. They would just basically chomp down on the grinds, like just take the little instant coffee thing and just basically shoot it.
They wouldn't just. At that point, I would just snort it. Like you might as well.
Might as well. I mean, military people do some weird things.
Fucking crazy, man.
Yeah. Anyway, then after we got done with Vine Street, where did we go after Vine Street? I don't remember. I know we had hit up. We ended up going to. Oh, we went back to Zach's place for a little while. We're hanging out. They did a little bit of a bonfire.
Oh, nice.
And we drank a little bit of whiskey there. Then
God damn.
Yeah.
We're just all over it.
And then me and Nigel finished off at Fringe for another round or two. I feel like there's a place I'm missing, but I can't remember right off.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I was not driving.
Just so you know, listener.
Yes. Zach's girlfriend was very courteous and drove.
Amy, right?
Amy,
Yeah.
drove for us, so that was nice. And then the person I'm starting to see, she came and visited us for a couple places. Like she met up with us at Rochester, and then we went over to Vine Street for a little bit too. Yeah,
Nice.
So that was nice.
Cool.
But then she had to go and do parenting stuff. So
Ugh.
yeah, this is basically her reaction. Anyway, I guess main topic now, right?
Yeah,
Now that we're starting to get this dialed in, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. So main topic is this is releasing on 4/19.
April 19th.
So obviously, people will listen to
420
it.
Eve.
Yeah, 420 Eve, but people will obviously listen to it at whatever times.
Yeah.
And so we're going to discuss, 420 stuff. Me not having ever done smoking, but we've just, I don't know
You've
if we
watched plenty
discussed
of like stoner movies.
Stoner flicks,
And I feel like you understand like stupid stoner comedy.
it. Yeah. And that's
You know.
one of those things, I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast before, but I know we've talked about it in person before, where like I enjoy a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, no,
even though having never done anything.
I can't remember. Like I said, I was listening to an episode earlier and we had mentioned this.
Yeah.
So
It's funny because like my ex would be like, why are you watching this stuff? She's like, you've never done anything.
because it's funny.
It's funny. It helps me shut my brain off for a little bit.
It's stupid. It doesn't need to be like I need to think about this movie.
Exactly. And that's what I need in my life.
It doesn't have to be like Memento, which, is more enjoyable when you're in an other state of mind.
And I enjoy those types of movies as well. Like those thriller movies.
Yeah, those mindfuck movies.
Mindfuck movies. Like Fight Club. One of my other really favorite movies is Midnight on Orient Express. Like that's definitely, like I've watched that movie multiple times, and I've watched Fight Club, hundreds of times probably.
Yeah.
And like those are mindfuck movies, but I've got to the point now where I can watch it and it helps me shut my brain down because I don't have to pay attention to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like watching those movies for the first time, it's like, oh man, like this is deep.
This is intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to be in it. Whereas, like, dude, where's my car? Like, you don't have to think about that movie at all.
But that's the great thing about some of those movies is, like, the more often you watch it, you're like, oh, I missed this last time, or I missed this last time, or I missed this.
Whoa. You made me hit my microphone. I was shocked.
Oh, my God. Earthquake. So, yeah, we're going to talk about stoner flicks and stuff, and ones that we've enjoyed. So I actually have a little bit of a list that I've pulled up here. Actually, there's a huge freaking list.
Some of these, I don't know if I would really classify like
stoner flicks.
Yeah.
Now, like,
I would not classify Soul Plane
as a stoner flick.
No,
absolutely not.
But definitely all the Friday movies.
Yeah, the Fridays. Any Cheech and Chong.
I mean,
obviously,
I've seen so many like stoner movies. My all-time favorite is Half Baked.
Yes,
without a doubt,
is one of my favorites.
That's my favorite stoner movie, probably followed by Next Friday. I'd put Grandma's Boy up there. I'd put How High up there.
How High is one of my top ones for sure. Yeah. Pineapple Express is all right.
Pineapple Express is good. It's good for like I don't want to use the word like new age because that movie's like 20 years old now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is a stoner movie. I don't know.
There's a lot of reference in it. There's other.
Has a bunch of weed.
It's a comedy with a bunch of weed reference.
Yeah.
Where like. And Grandma's Boy is kind of that way too.
Yeah,
really.
No, there's a lot of weed in Grandma's Boy. That's definitely a stoner movie.
And Dude, Where's My Car? Like I don't even really recall them doing like stoner stuff.
I think that's just a stupid early 2000s like stoners watched that movie.
Yes, but it's not like a.
No, it's not.
They're
a
not
movie
getting high in the movie all the time. Like
where
How High? It's
or
that
Half
is
Baked. You know.
That is very much in the forefront.
Yeah, or any Cheech and Chong movie, Up in Smoke.
And I mean even the first part of Harold and Kumar.
Yeah,
where they're
go to White Castle. I mean, that's a stoner movie.
Yeah, that's definitely a stoner movie, and they actually have some reference in there about getting stoned as well.
Yeah, I feel like Super Troopers wouldn't technically be one, but I would qualify it as one.
It's a good, I think
because there's a lot of
stoner
weed
person
references in
movie.
That one.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously,
I really wish they did. Fucking, God damn it! What was the sequel they promised to do after? Beer Fest, Weed Fest.
Oh, Weed Fest, yeah.
Yeah, I really
But
wish
no,
they
they're
did
actually
that.
starting to work on Super Troopers 3.
Yeah, God, I don't know, man.
And I think
Come
it's
on.
because they know 2 was like,
Was kind of
so I think
was
they're
not
gonna,
great.
Either they're going to overcompensate or it's going to fall flat again and
Yeah,
they'll just be
I don't
done
know,
with
man.
it.
I wouldn't even like looking at this list. The Big Lebowski is not a stoner movie. Just because Jeff Bridges' character smokes weed
He's a stoner.
doesn't mean
yeah.
it's a stoner movie.
But, I mean, again, Half-Baked, definitely a stoner flick.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'll get Billy Bong Thornton or,
Yeah.
Wesley
Yeah.
Pipes,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Grandma's Boy, he's like, my grandma drank all my pot. I can hear my hair growing. I mean, just stoner reference after, kind of stoner reference on that.
God, I remember like watching Grandma's Boy for the first time. My brother was living with our grandma.
Oh,
out of high school in the in the attic. Dude, quit nudging me.
Zeke, knock it off. Hey,
I'm not going to play with you and your banana.
lay down.
Phrasing.
You're getting those things nailed down now, aren't you? You were quick on the draw on that one.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. No, but yeah, seeing Grandma's Boy for the first time, my brother was living with our grandma, and we would hang out upstairs, him, my cousin, and I, and we would smoke copious amounts of weed and play Call of Duty, like on Xbox 360 or whatever, just for hours.
Yeah.
And that was our life, and that movie was very reflective of, that moment in time.
And that one, like when it came out, like I ended up watching it a bunch just because I'm like, it just really made me laugh. And there's always new references in there, and like the amount of times we've referenced that movie how many times? Like at the bar,
countless.
It's like new high schooler. What does that mean? Did I break it? It's like, I got a game for you. It's called Frog Bog. I'm a frog. I mean, he flies a lot more than you. I'm thinking about getting robot legs. It's a risky procedure, but it'd be worth it.
What else do we have on this list?
They have Ted on there, too, which actually I didn't realize. Like, yeah, that very much is.
I would say it's a stoner movie.
What is it? Your Royal Highness or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Or Your Highness.
What does that say? Do I see something about Kansas?
Huh? What?
Right next to Oliver Stone.
Rolling Kansas.
I remember that movie.
I do not know nothing about that movie. So,
wow.
There you go. I mean, there's a bunch of American Ultra. That one was.
I don't know if I ever saw that one.
So it's got not Michael Cera, the opposite of Michael Cera. That looks. God, why am I blanking on his fucking name?
Michael Cera V.
No, it's the other person like that is almost looks like Michael Cera. Sandberg? No, not Sandberg. Fuck is his name? God damn it, piss me off.
The guy who played Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network?
Yes.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Eisenberg, yes.
Yeah.
He's in it. So he basically plays like a stoner. But come to find out, it's because he's like was part of this American Ultra program. Okay. So he's actually like an assassin, and he didn't even know it until somebody says like a code word or whatever.
And it just like
it snaps him into doing his thing. And it's because there's another part of the program. There's like 2 parts of this program, and one of them is going to try and eradicate all the Ultra people. So when the person who's in charge of the Ultra program, like they kind of scrapped the program, and so they like kind of reprogram their brains, and so all of a sudden he became like a stoner, right? And then the girl that he's in love with was actually his handler. Even though, and she actually falls in love with him.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and then that's the girl from Twilight. Why am I blanking on her name?
Oh, the girl who can't act her way out of a white paper bag?
She's not that terrible. If you
no, she's really bad.
In Twilight, she was terrible, yes. But like some of the other stuff she's been in.
She's so bad I don't remember her name. And I could figure out Jesse Eisenberg just by you saying the guy who looks like Michael Cera.
Yeah, well, it's because he fucking does look like Michael Cera. But then she was in American Ultra. She was also in Adventure Funland, which was with Michael Cera, which is the funny part. But then she's basically trying to help him get through, and he's just a stoner and just keeps wanting to get high. and everything. But then like once he snaps in, it's just like just starts destroying everything, and he's freaking out why he's even doing that, because he just has these skills, doesn't realize it.
He's got a certain set of skills.
Kristen Stewart is who I was thinking of.
Yeah, she can't act, man. She's terrible.
In Twilight, she absolutely was terrible.
She just always has like that, like the same dead-eyed look.
But she
has no emotion.
But then she ended up being in.
Look at that photo of her. Just look at her.
Yeah.
Look at her.
She also ended up being in the relaunch of Charlie's Angels, and she was good in that.
Oh I wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the third relaunch of it, though. You know.
Well, besides not including the original show, yeah. Because then you had the Charlie's Angels with
Drew Barrymore.
And Lucy Liu.
And the other ones.
Crap, I keep wanting to say Charlize Theron, but it's not Charlize Theron.
No, she's the angel. Well, no, she can't be the angel. Her name's Charlie.
He was Charlie. Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
So, and then they relaunched it, but then like they actually bring some of this basically stuff from the newer or those movies into this relaunch. It's just with a new group of girls, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, they can keep rebooting that for a millennia.
And that's one of those things, and I mean, it's basically like Bond.
I was about to say, it's like James Bond, just bring in a new person and shenanigans ensue.
Yeah.
Although I don't really know if there's a lot of shenanigans happening in Bond films.
No, there's a lot of pillow talk in sexy time. Because you always had that's always a big thing, right? The Bond girls, right?
Yeah.
So, the Bond girls are always the thing. Dude, you need to calm down.
Dude, yeah, he just keeps...
Zeke.
Like, bro. I see you, dude.
Stop it.
Just lay down, buddy.
Go lay down. No, I tried to get you to stay upstairs, but you just wanted to bark. This is the concern I had with him wanting to be down here. He's like, well, give me attention.
Yeah.
Just lay down.
He's a good boy.
He's being good, and he's being quiet. He just wants his attention.
Yeah, which is fair. I mean, it's a dog.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to the stoner flicks. So, like, what are your top 3? Or we can say 5, because there's so many of them.
I mean, shit, man. I would say Half Baked, How High, Next Friday, either Nice Dreams or Up in Smoke, and I don't know. Like, looking at this list, some of these I'm just like, these aren't stoner movies, but like I've definitely watched them high. I would put Jane Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah,
up there.
That's definitely one of my favorites. So Jane Silent Bob. I do really like the Tenacious D, Pick of Destiny.
That's a good movie too.
It is a good one.
I've only seen that movie once.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I've watched that one a bunch of times.
I've only seen it once.
And you're such a big Dave Grohl fan.
I know, and I love Tenacious D.
And Dave Grohl's in it too.
I know.
Well, because I just saw a thing.
Well, he's their drummer.
Yeah, he's been the drummer for all their albums.
Forever, yeah.
But like whenever they're touring, he doesn't it? They have somebody else that drums for him. But I'm like, well, that's super dope.
Did you see their cover of "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time"?
Yes.
It's amazing.
So ridiculous.
It's amazing.
But yeah, Jane Silent Bob, definitely one of my favorites. Tenacious D, Pick of Destiny, Grandma's Boy, How High. I really do enjoy How High.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
It really is. And then, I mean, I'd say, ultimately, looking at this list, Super Troopers.
Yeah, Super Troopers.
Because, I mean, candy bars.
Throwback.
Yeah.
That's a callback, actually. That's a callback.
The Snozzberries taste like Snozzberries.
Stop flicking the glass.
You boys like Mexico! The fact that they're in, like, Vermont.
Yeah.
You can't get much further from... because they're trying to go into Canada for poutine.
Poutine, sir.
Yeah, and gravy.
Well, you almost made it.
You almost made it.
Well...
How about a beer?
Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Let's get another beer.
Damn. We've got a good selection here.
We do. We should probably do one of the Fat Orange Cats.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah. Let's do the other one.
Yeah.
The short can.
The stay-at-home dad with no kids.
Yep. It's almost you,
Almost.
but you're not a stay-at-home dad.
No.
You're a working man.
I'm a working man. Call me the working man.
Are we gonna use different glasses? What is this beer?
It's a Nipa.
Okay. I feel like it would be all right with
Yeah, it
this
should
one.
be okay in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Have it. Full send. Oh, I need to start labeling these cans so I know what the freaking episode we had them on. This is episode, what, 12? No. Yeah, 12. Put uno dos. So, yeah, we need to, I need to start tagging Fat Orange Cat and, everything.
I know, man. Maybe
Just
they can send us some shit.
So they can
That'd
be
be
like,
awesome.
hey, we love the appreciation, guys, here.
They make some truly great beers.
No, and again, I'm not a big IPA person.
Yeah.
I don't gravitate towards IPA. That's one of those things. And I was like, you keep saying that, yet you keep saying you enjoy this one. That makes you a fucking IPA person. I'm like, I get it, but
I feel the same way about sours. I'm enjoying them more and more.
Yeah, it's not my style that I go to.
Yeah, I'm not someone who's just I know what people who like IPAs, they call themselves hopheads. What do people that like sour beers call themselves, Sour Patch Kids?
Sour Patch Kids. I was thinking you were going to go with tear jerkers or something like that, but that was great. Sour Patch Kids. Well, then if you gravitate towards the English style beers, what is that?
You're a limey.
Oh shit. I was trying to think of something malty, but you know what? Nailing it. Good job, Connor.
Thanks.
Yeah. Let's dive into this one. Definitely that hazy.
Yeah, I feel like there's some hot burn on that a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, this is, we're using the same glass we just
Smells
had.
like juice.
Yeah. It smells like juice, but again, this is the same glass we just had.
Yeah.
We used for the sour as well. But yeah, a little bit of hot burn on it. It's definitely hazy. Looks like maybe a little bit of sediment in it.
Yeah, I feel like I got most of the dregs on that one. Yeah. I got some chunky boys.
That is subtle.
Yeah, it's good.
It smells like it has a hot burn, but I'm
Yeah,
not getting any of
not
that
at all.
hop presence on it hardly at all.
Yeah. Man, I keep hitting this goddamn thing.
Yeah, we'll get it.
I'm out of practice.
Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks.
Well, we just need to end up getting a better mic.
Yeah.
Setup for you as well.
Yeah.
So, and we'll get there.
This stupid fucking pop filter.
Yeah. Well, mine's built in, but even though it's starting
yeah.
to kind of fall apart. Well, it's not built in. I have a whole shock mount thing too. So, if you had the shock mount, it probably wouldn't be as big of a deal too. Or maybe we just figure out a different way to set up that.
Yeah, there's got to be a better way.
Yeah, we'll try to figure that out before the next episode. Then
We'll fix it in post.
the next episode. Hold up.
Hey. Talking about
Smoke weed every day, right? God damn, I wasn't even trying to pull that one. Just ended up pulling that one right out of my ass.
I'd say that's probably one of my favorite smoking weed albums.
Oh yeah,
is
I know,
2001.
We never really thought about something like that. Because I'm not a user, so I've never really thought about it of oh, this is a great album to listen to when smoking pot or whatever.
Oh man, that's up there. I mean, fuck, man.
So elaborate on that, since you have abided.
Yes,
with more
I
stuff.
have.
I have not. So what would be albums that you would put up there then?
I remember the first time I listened to Farewell to Kings by Rush when I was high.
Okay.
And it blew my fucking mind. Same with OK Computer by Radiohead. Animals by Pink Floyd. Asia by Steely Dan. I'm trying to remember the fucking Cypress Hill album off the top of my head. I can't.
That one obviously would be one of those pop bands.
Yeah.
Cypress Hill.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'd put those four at the forefront of these are great albums to listen to front to back, smoking a joint.
Yeah. And so is anything else popping into your head though as far as album stuff?
Honestly, it just enhances music.
Yeah.
So there's really no wrong album
And that's something that
to listen to.
would be good for me as far as potentially smoking.
But
or not smoking. I've determined I probably shouldn't be smoking because I have a chronic cough.
Yeah. But like as far as like if I'm gonna like listen to a record, like a vinyl record with headphones on, those four pop into my mind. As far as like oh man, I'm trying to I need to look at my phone real quick. It's an album by The Who.
Who?
Yeah, Who.
Who? The Who?
Not Guess Who.
Okay. Well, so and one of the other things we talked about was like like shows, right? So like I've watched a couple shows that are very kind of hot friendly.
Yeah. Who's next or Who Are You?
Okay. Yeah.
Like
that makes sense.
Just smoking a joint and listening. And
yeah.
That's it.
So like I started talking about like the shows. So like one of the I've talked about to you, and you're like, holy shit, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
It's called Disjointed.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It has Kathy Bates in it and Tone Bell and a couple other people. And it had like 2 seasons, but it's very funny.
Don't forget about Weeds. I mean,
Weeds, obviously. And I never finished it just because it started.
It lasted so long.
It got really fucking weird too. And I'm just like, I can't.
I feel like it really got away from like the original, like the first few seasons.
Yeah. Like it ended up being so long where her husband had died, right? And then she ended up kind of like hooking up with this other guy who ended up being like a federal officer, and like he died mysteriously. I can't remember right off. Yeah. But then like he had 2 kids that she didn't really know about. Well, then it ended up being so long that she gets shot, and come to find out it's from that guy's kid.
Yeah.
Like he got old enough to where he was looking for retaliation. It's like, oh my God, really? Like that's where you going with this whole thing.
Yeah.
Really? But then there, like I said, Disjointed, and that's a good comedy one where Weeds had a little bit more seriousness to it.
Yeah.
And then I just pulled up this other one that I remember too. It's called Deadbeat.
Oh, I don't remember that at all. That looks weird.
It was a Hulu original.
I was going to say that looks like a sci-fi original.
And no, it was on Hulu, and it was like Hulu original, like when Hulu first
started doing like original like content.
Yeah. So that was, this came out in 2014. It was 14 to 16.
Huh.
And it has a really good cast on it too, where it has Tyler Labine on it and Lucy DeVito. Who,
is that Danny DeVito's daughter?
Yes. Danny DeVito and what's her name? She was.
Yes, I know. I don't remember her name, but I know
she was in
face.
Cheers.
Yes.
It's their daughter.
Wow.
Brandon T. Jackson's in it. Cal Penn's in it for a little bit as well.
Wow.
You got Brad Williams in it, who's the little person comedian. Who else is in here? But it's a comedy, straight up like comedy style. Stoner flick.
I was going to say another stoner show.
So the dude is he's a pothead, but like is also basically a medium, right? Uh-huh. So he can see, and so he basically just gets tasked with trying to help people, help ghosts move on. But then there's a lot of like weed reference to a lot of it too. And there's some really crude stuff on it as well. But
I mean, I would hope so. It's a stoner show.
Oh yeah,
like it's not supposed to be clean,
Yeah, but it was a show that I really enjoyed, and there was some serious aspects to it. But it, it's just one of those shows that it was, kind of like the idea of a lot of stoner flicks is it doesn't get you to think, right? It's just sit there and enjoy the show, laugh.
I mean, that's Workaholics. I'll put that up there.
Oh yeah, like I forgot the works. I've only watched like
show.
one episode of that.
Yeah,
like I watched
so
the pilot.
So dumb.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that just enhances things, so you can really watch anything.
Yeah,
and it will make it great.
So I just clicked on this thing. We'll kind of start wrapping things up, but it's from Rolling Stone, and it was the go away ad. The top 10 best stoner movies of all time, and this was made in 2020. So they have number 10 is True Romance. I am not familiar with that movie.
I don't know that one.
Number 9, they got Soul Plane, and again, like
I guess
there's
it's a stoner movie. I guess
there's pot stuff in it. But
yeah, just because Snoop Dogg's in it, does that make it a stoner movie?
I mean, I guess.
He's probably smoking real weed on the set. He probably wasn't smoking that Hollywood.
See, in this
fake
one,
weed,
I don't
you know?
agree with either Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
No, not really. I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either.
No.
But then number 7 is Friday.
Yep.
And I guess I just never realized there was so much.
I feel like Next Friday is probably
A bigger
I would,
stoner.
I would out of the three, Next Friday is my favorite.
Okay.
I love Friday. I love the Friday after next, but Next Friday is my favorite out of those series.
And that was the second one.
Yeah. I really wish they would tie it up somehow,
I would
like
imagine
last
they
Friday of the
probably
month
will.
or something. You know?
Yeah. And then they got number 6 is Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, which again, that's a
Yep.
really good one with
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah.
MPH wouldn't.
We're
do
gonna
that.
burn this. We're gonna burn this.
Come on,
down,
Pokey.
Pokey.
Let's burn it. Anthony Anderson, early Anthony
Yeah.
Anderson stuff,
Yeah.
right? Number 5 they got is How High, and again, that's take the
I'd
test.
put that in my top
Study
5.
high, take the test high, get high grades. Number 4 they got Cheech and Chong's next movie.
Next movie, nice.
Which is a good one. And then number 3, they got Pineapple Express. And that is definitely a stoner,
That's a stoner
flick
movie
as well.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Dazed and Confused.
I forgot about Dazed and Confused.
And I do forget because it came out in 93.
Yeah.
And
All right.
Yeah. It'd be a lot cooler if you did. But that's one of those things where I've seen stuff lately where it came out in 93 and it was based in like the 70s.
70s, where if the equivalent now,
They
it
would-
would be based like in 2000.
Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, I
God
feel
damn,
old.
I know.
Considering, I was graduating high school and
I don't agree with number 1 as
what?
much as I love this movie.
Big
The Big
Lebowski
Lebowski is not a stoner movie.
no, I don't.
Just because the dude smokes weed doesn't make it a stoner movie.
No,
it is
it's
a whodunit in a way.
Yeah.
Kind of a mystery.
Basically, yeah, where she kidnaps
dramedy,
and she ends
you
up
know?
kidnapping herself
Yeah.
and doesn't cut off her own toe. I can't remember all that.
No, she does not.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great
Fucking
movie.
Dipshit with the 9-toed girlfriend.
Yeah, it's. It's a great movie.
Are they Nazis, Walter? No, not. They're nihilists. At least the Nazis had an ethos. These men believe in nothing.
You're nailing it there. And then you've seen the thing about whole Donnie, right?
Oh yeah,
Where he was what's his name from Con Air,
and
then so it was Billy Madison.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Billy Madison
like
contacts
the savior in Billy Madison, as it were.
Yeah.
Saves him at the end of the movie.
Yeah, he starts going on a killing spree,
Yeah.
and then gets caught and is in Con Air, and then escapes Con Air and becomes the friend
Becomes
of,
Donnie.
becomes Donnie, because every time you see
Donnie
him,
who loves bowling.
yeah, Donnie loves bowling, but he doesn't ever have a shirt on with his name on it. It always has somebody else's name on it.
And the other movies,
No, in Big Lebowski,
it says Donnie.
no,
Are you sure?
yeah,
Really?
all the shirts he's wearing, like none of them ever say Donnie on them.
Really?
Yeah, and
How
so
have
that
I
was the
not
thing. Like
noticed
he just kept, after Con Air, he went back to and that, but then that's why he had no family or friends to attend his, basically his,
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
died or whatever, is because he was, what's his name from, Con Air.
Yeah,
or
whatever the killer's name.
Yeah.
I love that theory. That's a good theory.
It's such a ridiculous theory.
That's so good.
But the fact is that somebody came up with that theory is really
They
good.
connected the dots.
Yeah,
That
even though
weren't
they
meant to be connected.
obviously, they said the guy's name in Billy Madison, and then who is not.
I mean, maybe he changed his name. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe, but then that's not. It was it like Rains or something in Con Air?
Well, we have to, think about, so the Big Lebowski takes place in like Southern California,
Yeah,
like in Los Angeles County.
and he had escaped from Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So where's one of the next closest?
Where's Billy Madison take place? I'd imagine that's on the East Coast.
Yeah, I think it was basically is East Coast
Yeah.
style. Yeah. 'Cause, yeah,
So
he just worked his way across.
yeah, man, and then came back to settle his debts and bowl in a league and die of a heart attack.
And then you got Walter who just bails out of a freaking moving car.
Take the Uzi. Uzi? You didn't think I was rolling out here naked, did you?
It was like, man, that carpet really tied the whole room together. I know, man. It's like, what did Mr. Lebowski say? He's like, I could have any fucking rug I wanted. that was Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah,
That's a big star, star-studded cast too.
it really is.
Even though a lot of it was people that weren't big at that time.
Yeah.
or yet, right? So,
Yeah.
All right. I think it's been a good episode.
Yeah, it's been good.
But yeah, start wrapping it up. Get ready to do the next one.
Happy 420, y'all.
Yeah. Enjoy yourselves. Smoke weed every day.
Hey.
Cheers, everybody.
Toodles.